So,
but I say we only say that after being burned by dudes. What we mean is the drama just isn't worth it, and it's better to be alone. But that's a lonely statement.
it's not better to be alone.
Yeah, that's why you want to be in a relationship.
Because it's not.
You invested all that time because number one, you didn't want to be alone, and you felt the need to be with somebody else.
Right.
And it's just, and nobody likes to admit. That's what I'm saying. Nobody, people like, man, I don't understand these men. Where they at, Pastor? Where they at? Well, that attack to me about where they at, like I'm supposed to go search and find a guy, is because your knees getting blurry and you're lonely.
Right. And on top of that, listen, in my checklist I put a couple places to avoid certain dudes and certain places that you can go. And then you have women that be like, hey, listen, I can't find them there. I be like, listen, first of all, if this is a place for you to find just a pool of just all single guys qualified on your level, you probably already be late. You probably already showed up and it'll be too. Yeah.
You late to the game and all who was there. Yeah, you missed them.
So if it's like,
just
listen,
open up the phone line.
I went to a couple of week weddings these past 2 weekends, and each time when the guy throw the not the garter belt, but the
lady.
Right, what I'm saying, when they do that part of the reception, listen, when they say, all right, all the single dudes, it's like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Now when they say, okay, all the single ladies, it's time to throw the bouquet, it's 12, 15, 20.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, that's a noticeable difference. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, hey, ladies, you looking for a guy that's a certain type. There's certain places you can go, certain places you can avoid.
That's what she said. So Sharonda, just say open up the phone line. Just say open up the phone lines. Anyway, Sharonda just said, times have changed, loneliness overpower needs because women can't afford to not latch on to somebody. The pickings of men are very slim today.
That's listen. The pickings of men are very slim today. I doubt that. I think that the pickings
of men ain't slim. But the problem is, like I always say, women, they have a list. And so now you don't really know if this man requires your needs yet. Back to satisfying needs or loneliness. And so because the needs that a woman has, sometimes it's blurred when you get lonely. This is what I'm saying. If men are there, it's not thin pickings, I keep picking the wrong one.
Right.
Based upon how I feel. I'm in my feelings, I'm lonely.
Right.
When I'm lonely, I ain't thinking about provider. Let me be patient and see about his job structure and see if he has good work ethic. Man, I'm lonely. And lonely end up turning into a relationship because I usually don't do this.
Listen, you preaching right now.
Yeah.
You preaching right now.
Then all of a sudden, you get yourself in a situation and now we together. So now you start telling me, well, I just always thought you would be this, and now you want to be concerned about your needs. Cause you get, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
No, don't stop.
But the reason I'm saying it because this is why it's tough because we back to, is it really a need in that moment? You're lonely.
Right. And it's hard to identify what it is you truly need.
Because it's a real feeling.
Right.
It feels like, even men, I watch men be like, hey man, I need me, man. It's been,
yeah.
It's not a need.
Yeah, you really talking to your dogs like, you seeing when you doing all this?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find something tonight, boy.
That when you know that's proud talk right there.
Yeah.
That's proud talk.
Yeah.
But here goes the thing, right? So here go the thing, right? You got a great analogy when you talk about say, hey, listen, when you've been tasting something sour for so long, it's hard to taste something sweet when you put it out, right? But at the same time, hey, listen, if you've been in a drought for so long, it's hard. It don't matter if a person gave you a steak from Ruth Chris or a pack of 9 ladies. They give you the 9 ladies, you tearing them up like you don't even want. I'll just chew on meat.
And it only makes sense to you when you get out of lonely and you look back and say, I went for 9 ladies. Like what happened to me?
Right. Just give me the pink ones because them the one I like you best.
You're lonely, man.
What are you talking about? But you would take anything because you're in a state of desperation, survival, whatever the kid.
I done seen men. Watch this, man. I can talk to y'all too. I done seen men would have never logged on to that porn, would have never DM'd that chick, but that thing got rubbed that night. You think, what are you doing, man? You saying it like, I'm just saying, I want to talk to you. I'm just saying, you
screenshot culture out here too, exactly.
Yeah, you taking pictures of things. Lady, look straight ahead now. You taking pictures of stuff. Lonely got you saying, I'm taking pictures of that thing. I have a man be like this.
Like, what?
Oh, that's crazy. What happened? And then in your right mind, son, like, come on, you got to go to work. Mm-hmm. And he be like, I can't believe what I did last night.
Right.
You're alone. You're alone.
You know what I'm saying? Now, don't think that's how I know that. See, then you go to backtrack. Don't think that you're going to get that all the time.
Yeah.
See that little statements like that? Don't think that I'm going to do that all the time. See that?
Ladies, how many y'all done said that statement before? Don't think I don't do that all the time.
Right. Listen, that's for your birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, this is crazy.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm talking about? Listen, this is BC talk. Listen, these are statements these are cleanup statements. You see what I'm saying? Cleanup is like, hey, listen, hold up. Like, what happened last night? Like,
that was last night now.
Right.
I need you to know, let's leave that where that is. Ladies, it's rough out here.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yeah, ladies.
And so this is why I said, like, listen, the thing is, what are you satisfying? Are you satisfying your need? You thought it was a need. I can countless. We done done over 214 videos on relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Count them. And all of these times we had these topics, my mind refers back to prior topics and prior subjects that we covered. And when we talk about, hey, what's your definition of love? Yeah. What's your definition of how you want to be treated or whatever? You start to see things differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you get lonely though.
Exactly.
My definition is the same one yours is. What you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Right? Where you want to go? Wherever you want to go.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Whatever you like. Yeah.
It get like that. Yeah. I wish people be more honest and say, maybe people won't be together if they do that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Trust say loneliness do turn into relationships, but one's bad. Yeah. Bad ones though. And it's just how you eating the paper and all.
Exactly. But the point is that before you know it, you in it. And before you know it, you and this person been speaking, twice a week.
And no, here's the problem. The untold truth is nobody gets in a relationship after the fact and say, man, I kind of want to kick her out. I was just lonely that night, dog. I met her on some lonely stuff. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Listen,
that's it. It was nothing else.
I remember I was before Mirror. I was on Black Planet. They had that was
Black Planet.
MySpace was
MySpace, Backpage.
Exactly. So you had all these places where a man gonna go to finesse. I'm trying to see. I'm fishing out here. I'm casting my net. You see what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, you have women that's on there seriously trying to find something. Yet when they meet a person like me, back in my mind frame, back in that day, like, hey, you satisfying your loneliness because, hey, I met you on this Black Planet and, we done talked and DM back and forth, seen pictures and whatnot. So now, hey, it's this thrill of, for her, is, oh man, now somebody is interested in me and gonna come by. For me, it's like, oh man, I done found somebody that's gonna satisfy my need. Now, two worlds meet. And it's like, it's this grand like standoff, like, okay, well cool, we kick it in. Okay, so
here comes a collision.
Exactly.
Was you just lonely with me? Like, what is this? Anyway, yeah. No, and I get it. I understand why ladies out men, neither one says, I'm going out with you tonight because I was kind of lonely. Mm-hmm. You really wasn't the first pick or the second. But
so my question is this: why is it hard for women to notice the difference?
So the question is, why is it hard for women to know the difference between satisfying needs, satisfying loneliness? It's because, man, when you get lonely, the emotions they just go at an all-time high.
Right.
And standards, go from here. Standards go from here to it. And before you know it, you say, come on, man, I know I don't want no guy who want to take my car. I know. Mm-hmm. I know it's going to change it. But
and then they're like, hey, listen, hey,
be back to pick me up, okay?
All time. I get off 4 o'clock. Like,
pick me up. And then, but you know what? I knew he was going to be late.
And all you happy with is him showing up.
When he show up, I'm through with him. Da 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 da. But that lonely kick back in.
Mm-hmm. Now you got old Jody Joe dropping you off to work.
He's there. Joe said, but look, I put some music in the car for you.
Put some Tinas on there. Some little days, from a Mexican homie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Now my question also is that the thing is,
that's why it's hard though.
I agree. And the question also in my mind is, why is it hard for them to identify with a dude? Because us guys, we have a radar for that. We looking for a woman that's a user. We looking for that gold digger. We looking for, and sometimes we entertain it. Just because, ladies, don't get me wrong. Just because a woman might be a gold digger, don't mean that a guy might not say, you know what, it's all good.
He won't her.
Exactly.
Yeah, gold digger understand.
That don't mean that he didn't identify her motive, right? And at the same time, and she just satisfying, and that's for the women that's trying to satisfy their need. Hey, you got money, he balling, blah, blah, blah. And then you got the women that satisfy the loneliness. Like I said, men, we have a sixth sense for lonely and thirsty women. We looking for that. Because again, when you got those prowlers and dudes out there that's just like, hey man, listen, I'm just out here for a good time. I might not be here for a long time. You know, you got to, why is it hard for the women to identify that too? Because men, we see that.
Yeah. I don't think a woman wants to notice that about herself. No woman really want to admit I'm lonely and I'm thirsty out here, man. Like that my walk look thirsty. My how you doing? Like, hey, like everything thirsty coming out of me. And like, and a guy's gonna notice it. And it's not that I'm cute.
Apparel.
It's not that I'm cute.
Dress.
It's not that I'm the beautifulest woman in the room. I'm just thirsty. And this guy is only biting because of what I'm showing. And that's hard. It's hard to admit. And I ain't gonna lie. Men ain't gonna just lie. See, I kind of really saw you tonight. You're probably the most thirsty chick I saw in the room tonight.
Boy, that's cold-blooded. You're the most thirsty chick I know tonight.
And I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm out the game. I'm gonna tell you, men only holler at women that he think he can pull.
Facts. That's a fact.
That's why he's spotting rooms now. She be tripping.
I ain't gonna lie though. I used to challenge myself though.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I want them dudes,
yeah. But I'm just saying, the point is, he think you thirsty, like he think you down. That's why he hollering at you. Mm-hmm. And when you ain't, I mean, he's literally, he just said, you're the most beautiful room in the world, in the room tonight. Well, really, you might tell everybody, he don't have time for that. Mm-hmm. so he was trying to see if you was lonely. Okay, you're not as lonely yet. I moved over here. That's just so cold, man.
And listen, what they say, actions speak louder than words. Your movement's gonna give you away. Yeah. The way you move, the way you smile, the way you keep, you know, all that. You see what I'm saying? All those are signal signs that okay, I know what I'm dealing with right now. And that's all I'm saying. When we talk about comparing supplying your needs versus satisfying your loneliness, is because of course, like I said, you have one that may be looked at as, hey, listen, this is why, you know, I'm good for this. This is what it is. And it's not to say that you don't have guys that also are lonely, but there ain't too many guys that's gonna come out and say I'm satisfying that part of my life.
Yeah, not gonna say. He's not gonna admit it. Ladies, here's advice. Here's advice from me. Male translation. Try not to get so foggy because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Here's the bad news, ladies. You might never knew that this happened to you before. You mess around, had a standard, had needs, but lonely showed up. Lonely showed up and kind of blurred your needs and stuff. Then you meet. Oh boy. I come through, well not me, but old boy come through and he really vibing with you because he like a little thirsty, a little lonely.
Right.
You want it now, you itchy, you ain't asking about standard or where he work at and all that, not right now.
Right.
So he starts saying, I dig you, man, you understand, you know what I'm saying? You told me about the situation, but look out. But see, when you're lonely, all your understanding is wide open.
Right.
Then he actually, I hate to say this, ladies, he actually falls in love with that. Mm-hmm. And then you start saying, well, I just never wanted that anyway. Like I always, even though you didn't have a job, I always wanted you to get a job. Well, why did you take him without one?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Now I always wanted you to go to church. Well, why you let him jump off the dress on you for 2 months? Then start talking about church.
Ladies, this is why y'all gotta get that checklist. High quality man versus low quality man checklist. It's
gotta get it.
It's free. All you gotta do, go to the website, sign up your email address, and download the free copy. Because in it, I talk about how, hey, you'll have a man that gonna ask you questions like, hey, it's cool if I borrow your fill in the blank, Hey, can I borrow your? And also too, I'm gonna give y'all two things, two type of guy just right now, just and it's in the checklist. That I'm saying that you should be able to identify right away that, hey, this might be you just trying to satisfy a need. Number one being, if the dude is out of the country. You have all, people saying, hey, listen, well,
out of state,
visa, out of state, out of the country. All of a sudden, now he's trying to get his visa. He's trying to, listen, you're so beautiful. Your chocolate skin. You see what I'm saying? Number two,
princess you.
Dude on lockup. Dude locked down in jail or in prison right now. He coming home. But yeah, you think it's, hey, listen, we just vibe right now. We've been shooting, talking back and forth. He call me when he get his phone call time, da. But you ain't recognized right now, homeboy. Maybe satisfying a need to where when he come home, all of a sudden what you thought it was really ain't what you think it was.
I need that for that time.
I mean, you think that's solid? That's solid advice?
I done been there. 100 times. And guess what? I was dead wrong for it. I love Tina to death. I'm gonna be honest. But I was in jail. I was talking to whoever I could talk to. I'm in jail. Mm-hmm. I can't have nobody physically. You think I'm finna limit? I talked to her this time. What you think I'm literally lonely. Mm-hmm. So whoever's willing to put the money on their phones, the only need I can get satisfied right now is conversation.
Right.
Is maybe a letter. Commissary, conversation. Right. That's it. When I get out, I deal with it. Because I don't even know if y'all gonna ride with me anyway. Mm-hmm. Then towards the end, people start riding like I'm with you. Then all of a sudden, guess what? I'm been lonely. All my needs fogging. So as I get close to the door, I'm saying, hey, I do need this. Do need me a whip. Who got that car? Who got the best situation for me right now? Who ain't tripping the most? Who ain't trying to get the most? You see? Right. Because my vision started getting back clear. Because I ain't as lonely.
Right. And then now you have multiple people thinking, hey, he coming home to me. Right. I'm gonna get my house in order because such and such coming home to me.
He is coming home.
Right.
He ain't gonna stay there though.
He ain't coming
not
home
long.
To you.
Yeah, he coming home.
Man.
He needs somewhere to stay for a minute till you figure out what, you know what I mean? And vice versa. Ladies do it. Not necessarily in jail, but ladies many times give it to us. Listen, I'm just doing this right now. You know what I mean? My focus is school. I'm trying to get my RN. I just need somebody to get me on the hump.
Right.
Till I get to where I'm trying to go.
Exactly. That's what.
Because you're not gonna be it. Once I get this, once I get my license, once I get my security license, once I get my realtor's license, like that's over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. And
that to me is where you see as a man on the outside looking in, you got the game now, but you can still the plays.
What it look like? I did
the plays. You seen the sets. Okay, they call.
Like think about it like this.
Blue Fox. You already know.
Think about it like this. When a man ain't really what you really want, or vice versa, woman. People always say this. I hate this line. Well, we never argue. I need you. I mean, whatever you say is whatever you say.
Right.
I need your car. I need everything about you. I need it. Mm-hmm. This is not a lonely thing. I mean, this is a priority in my life. So being mad with you ain't no option yet.
Right.
Same thing to see the woman. When a woman in a situation she don't need, this dude got this baby mama, this, but she lonely tonight. Mm-hmm. And this is that lonely. I told you that blurred to change your need, and now you saying I need you tonight.
Right.
I understand what you gotta do. Right. I'm like,
when you drop your kids off, and then you know what I'm saying.
Come on, what's the song? It's morning. Mm-hmm. We slept the night away. Like she saying, I get it, cuz. like you met a need, but you gotta go home.
Right.
And we good
until. Yeah. Until then, all of a sudden, that nigga, you all right?
Yeah. COVID-19 and a half.
All right now. The last, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks. He's gonna be out of town for a couple weeks. I don't need y'all like, where Pastor been?
Yeah,
I ain't seen him before.
Yeah, don't put me down. Don't put me out. Don't take me out.
Let us know now. Give me his number so I can call him and just check on him.
Yeah.
You know we praying for him.
That's what they do too.
You know we praying for him.
You know you in our prayers, Pastor.
Yes, indeed. So every time we about to do this show, we make sure we squab up. I can pad those, you know what I'm saying? Get a little sample.
Get double shotted up.
But nah. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation because again, this is the difference between you have those that are out here satisfying the need, you got those that are satisfying loneliness.
And you don't know the difference.
And you don't know the difference.
You gotta watch the show. You gotta lock in because it's real talk.
I need y'all to share this post, man.
And whether y'all know it or not, I hate to say it, we're in a tough world where it's so much fake. It's so much put on. It's so much post put on front. We don't really know. I mean, you waste minutes and years of your life, and you look up and say, you telling me you were just lonely? Mm-hmm. Think about it. Right now, y'all can't say it. We finna get off the show. When you really look back and say, well, we kind of met. You really didn't even really like me like that.
Right. You were just lonely.
I miss that you were lonely.
Biggest disappointment in the world. But you need to know that.
You need to know.
You got to identify that. I'm willing to believe, fellas, y'all let me know, that as a man, we identified a lot sooner than women. And even if we ride it out or whatever, it's under the understanding that we know what's going on.
Yeah. Ain't no beef to us.
Right. But to women, it's like...
How could you?
So... Whether it's satisfying loneliness, nah, I ain't nobody little stopgap, nah, don't even try. Or it's satisfying a need of his. It's still like, you lower me to just this. I'm more like, and it's a beef. And all I wanted to do was talk about it tonight because I felt like
you ruffle some feathers tonight.
For so many situations, it's hard for those to identify what you're dealing with. You looking at it like, hey, listen, this is just you know what, right now I know what I'm doing, and do you? Do you really know what you're doing? Because too many times, like I say, as a relationship coach, I hear people come to me on a daily basis with certain situations that mirror this same situation where it's like, you know what, right at the time we was together, I was either satisfying a need, I was satisfying my loneliness. Now I want more. How do I make this more, Clarence? How do I make him, and it's almost like you're trying to manipulate your situation. You just like you cooking dope or something. I got to put this and I put this and that, and I come out. This is what I got. Listen, it's too much, and all I need for y'all to do is just think about it. Like Pastor Dozier, think about it, man. That's all I need you to do. Just think about it. These conversations are just for you to think about it. Ain't no blame.
Ain't nobody trying to put you down. Exactly. It's just saying we want to help you win. We believe in black love. We believe in love. We trying to support you all the way through it. But I think it's important, man. Recognize even in yourself, it ain't even fair to somebody else unless you're gonna be honest. Hey, listen, what we got going right now, I'm a little foggy. Got out of a bad relationship. A lot of friends of mine in a relationship. And what I'm feeling right now is not clear. Mm-hmm. And I want to be real with you. Cool. And then we got to understand it. But
right. At least you can say, hey, I don't really know what I want right now. It's cool, we'll hang out, you cool, whatever. But, when I figure it out, I'll let you know. I keep you abreast, updated, or, whatever the case may be. But if that person's still willing to ride it out and you told them, hey, right now I'm not sure what I want, because like you say, I might have gone through such and such. I don't really know right now, but just, ride, it's up to you how if you want to kick it with me still, then it's on them, ball in their court. But at least you should be able to identify where you stand, and in my opinion, you should be able to identify where they stand, because what you don't want to do is waste time, and that's the most precious resource we have on this earth. You ain't gonna get it back, and this is why I created the checklist for you to be able, ladies, to save some time, and fellas, for you to be able to say, hold up, I'm clearly not this dude. You ain't see me do none of this, say none of these things, make none of these statements, ask none of these questions. You ain't find me in this place. You see what I'm saying? And so it's for both sides, but for the ladies especially to be able to at least to be able to save some time, because again, for me, when I'm hearing clients tell me certain things, I'm like, well, how do we make this right? How I'm supposed to, what I'm supposed to do, because it's one thing to be on the back end of the disappointment and grief and all of that and trying to rectify it. It's a whole other thing when you can find some way to get out in front of it.
Yeah,
relationshiphealing.co. That's not .com. Chop that M off, relationshiphealing.co. Grab that checklist. All you got to do is sign up for the email list. It's 1, 2, 3. Take you about 10 seconds to do. Put your email address in and get your checklist. And also, if y'all guys want to invest in the online course, Attract the Quality Man in 30 days, I put that together myself, man, interviewing over 200 men this past year, and just asking guys of quality. Like I said, not only quality meaning he got money and he just rich. I'm talking about rich in spirit, rich in character. These type of things that make a man really somebody that I think you can build a foundation with. So if you want to check that out, man, it's on the website as well, man. And we out, man. It's a Male Translation Podcast.
I stamp my approval on it.
You got anything that you want to say?
No, I think that one of the things too, I think people are not vulnerable enough. Think about this. We're vulnerable enough to try all kind of diets and stuff when we have issues with our weight. But man, the one thing that the diet don't fix is the thing that you still need. I know people feel vulnerable, and I hate to bring up the weight thing, but that's a big deal. But why take that vulnerability with the food and the stuff and the keto and the this? And it's like, man, relationship.com. I think you got to take those opportunities to take those chances, because I know it's a vulnerable place because you're looking at so much self-analysis. Same thing with church. People don't like it. But, man, what if you don't get the weight down? Mm-hmm. You want to get the relationship right.
Right.
Like, man, somebody can love you with your pouch. Do you know a man can take a little pouch?
Facts.
He could, a women, you think that a man, you think a man can't take this because you too skinny, too tall, too short, like, man, but you just gotta get the meat right.
Right.
And this, man, it's like, to me, we give too much attention to clothes, weight, this, and then you do all of that, you got a booty job, your nose fixed, your chin like this, and now you look like Lil' Kim, and you still ain't got it right.
Because you ain't satisfying his needs.
Yeah.